I wish I knew the words that could help to make sense of what has happened. But I think we all know that that's not the case.
The news at 5 starts right now. Good evening, I'm Raj Mathai, anchoring our coverage here at San Jose's City Hall.
Thank you, Raj. Good evening, I'm Jessica Aguirre.
And I'm Janelle Wang. It has been a difficult and heart-wrenching day for so many people in the South Bay. The loss of 9 lives in the VTA shootings has families in the midst of overwhelming grief.
Tonight, the investigation into that gunman and his motive is ongoing. Our investigative unit has uncovered new details about his past and what may have led up to that moment of the massacre.
Meantime, the community is focusing on those who lost their lives and their loved ones. We are learning about each one of them, and in less than an hour, the city of San Jose will be mourning them at a vigil at San Jose City Hall.
Raj joins us again from City Hall, where that vigil will be taking place in just a short time. And there is such a palpable sense of loss and this overriding somberness in our community tonight, Raj.
Well, this is the day and this is the evening we start to heal, we start to recover. It's going to take a long time, but at least this is day one. And there are a lot of people here at City Hall that are coming and hugging each other, seeing each other, greeting each other, and being with each other. Again, this is night one. Let me step out of the way and let you know what's happening here. In about 1 hour from now, that vigil starts, and you can see some of the people already gathered around, and you can also see flowers and the photos of the 9 victims from yesterday. Among the people here that you see photographed, Jose Hernandez III, Taptej Singh, and Timothy Romo. And you see their union hats there as well. Local 265, they were proud and honorable union men working for the VTA. So the vigil here at City Hall starts in about an hour from now. Among the notable guests, there are about 16 speakers we're going to see on the main stage. Among the notable guests, we have 2 members of Congress here with us this evening. Zoe Lofgren, and this is her district here in San Jose. From the Peninsula and Eshu, Raul Perales. He is the councilman here in San Jose, and he's representing not only as a city council member, but of course one of his childhood friends, Michael Rudametkin, was killed yesterday. And John Courtney, he is the union leader here, Union Local 265. He was at the rail yard yesterday, but somehow managed to survive the shooting. So it is a busy night here ahead as people start to recover. This is also a delicate balance. We talk about the recovery, but we also talk about the investigation. We do have some new information now on the gunman. Among the new information, among the new details we've learned just today, according to the Wall Street Journal now, they're reporting the gunman was detained in 2016 by the Department of Homeland Security. He contained, the department said that he had a lot of black memo books, and he was writing about his hatred of the VTA. He was returning on a flight from the Philippines. Again, this was in 2016. So now the questions are, what did the DHS do with that information? Is it protocol for the DHS to pass along that information to other federal agencies? That'll be part of the investigation moving forward. For now, though, let's bring in San Jose's mayor, Mr. Sam LICCARDO. Mr. Mayor, nice to see you again. Tell me, I was saying at the top of the broadcast, this is really kind of day one for your city here, the biggest city in the Bay Area, to start healing.
It is. You know, this is the beginning of what's a long and difficult road of healing for so many members of our community. A lot of families, a lot of co-workers have lost their friends. As the leader of the city, what is your plan now to get everyone back on track? Well, we're going to start today, and we're going to hear from some friends and family share their memories of their loved ones, and we're going to grieve together here. And it's been some time since we've all been together through this year-long pandemic, so I think that's an important start. And then we're going to do everything we can to support the families. I just was on the phone literally with a wonderful person, Chris Larson, who grew up here in San Jose, donated $100,000 to the fund to support these families, he and his wife Lena. So we're seeing people come out in so many different ways. Is that a way for the people watching right now to support this, to donate some money to these families? Certainly. The ATU, the Amalgamated Transit Union, has a fund, as does Working Partnerships USA, and the money will help support the families who are struggling right now. One last question. Historically, we will look at this as the deadliest shooting in Bay Area history. You will go down as someone that can help us through this. How do we get past it? Well, we're going to have to do everything we can to support one another, and we're going to have to listen to a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain right now in our community, and particularly for these families. But I think the way that we get through pain is by helping one another. And we're going to have to take action. There's no question that we're not going to see action from Congress. We're not going to see, I don't want to get into politics, but frankly, cities are going to have to do it on their own. And so we're going to pull together and try to find some solutions. Yes, we need mental health services. Yes, we need gun control. We need everything.
Mayor LICCARDO, thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you.
San Jose Mayor Sam LICCARDO here as we begin this vigil in about 45 minutes here at City Hall. Let's continue our coverage now. Let's bring in NBC Bay Area's Damian Trujillo. He joins us just a few miles up the road at the crime scene at that VTA rail yard. Damian.
Well, Raj, I'm told that 50 federal agents are here from across the country, including Quantico, Virginia. And today we're learning a lot from sources, both privately and publicly. Gurvinder Singh returned to the scene this afternoon, just one day after perhaps the worst day of his life.
Definitely, yeah, it's been hard. It's been tough.
Singh was in Building B when he says his co-worker, Touchdeep Singh, called, telling him to get everyone out because there was a shooter in the other building. Minutes later, Touchdeep was killed.
It's definitely tough. I mean, I would say he saved our life. He gave us a call. I'm sure he was calling others.
Today, inside that same building, dozens of federal agents continue to process the crime scene and finding new evidence, including 3 semi-automatic handguns and 11 illegal high-capacity magazines.
There may be more guns because we haven't gone into his backpack. We're estimating right now preliminarily at about 39 shots fired.
There are growing reports the shooter may have been selecting specific targets, and the sheriff's office says he was, quote, a highly disgruntled VTA employee for many years. Law enforcement sources also tell us the shooter's co-workers had complained about him making racist remarks in recent weeks and boasting about having guns and explosives. We've also learned the shooter was the subject of what's called a Skelly hearing scheduled for yesterday. Those hearings can lead to discipline or termination from work.
It's a tragedy. It really is a tragedy.
The FBI also says it lost a lot of evidence when the shooter's house burned in the fire they suspect he started.
There was a high probability that we lost the ability to do exploitation of devices. The house was incinerated. The second floor collapsed.
As investigators narrow in on the motive, survivors try to pick up the pieces and honor the victims and heroes of the worst mass shooting in Bay Area history. The FBI tells me they are searching 5 different sites here in the South Bay. We're also being told that some of the survivors are feeling survivor's remorse, asking themselves, why did I survive the shooting and not my friends? I'm live in San Jose. I'm Damian Trujillo, NBC Bay Area News.
It is just so hard to comprehend all of it. All right, thank you very much, Damian. 9 families tonight simply broken, mourning the loss of their loved ones, people who will never, ever come home again.
Yeah, tonight we're learning more about each of the lives lost in this tragedy. 69-year-old Abdul Vahab Aladmandan was a VTA employee for nearly 20 years. He worked as a substation maintainer. 29-year-old Adrian Baeza was the youngest. He began working for the VTA in 2014 as a bus operator trainee, later becoming a light rail operator. 49-year-old Alex Fritsch died at the hospital late last night after being in ICU. He was a substation maintainer.
There was also 63-year-old Lars Lane. He worked for the VTA since 2001 as an electromechanic and an overhead line worker. 42-year-old Paul Mejia. He started working with the VTA in 2002. He was also a mentor at Mission College's apprenticeship program with the VTA. His wife says that he was just a wonderful husband and father. 49-year-old Timothy Romo, a mentor at Mission College as well. He worked as an overhead line worker for VTA for more than 20 years.
40-year-old Michael Rudimetkin was a childhood friend of San Jose City Council member Raul Perales. He had worked with the VTA since 2013 and was a graduate of Mission College's apprenticeship program. 36-year-old Tabdejdeep Singh leaves behind a wife and 2 young children. His family says he was trying to warn colleagues there was a shooter when he was gunned down. 35-year-old Jose Hernandez worked for the VTA for 9 years, first as a transit mechanic, later becoming an electromechanic and then a substation mechanic. Now, we spoke to two of the victims' fathers today. They are still in shock, obviously, but wanted to talk about their sons, whose lives and futures ended much too soon. Here's NBC Bay Area's Scott Budman.
He loved Coca-Cola with ice.
Jose Hernandez smiles when he remembers his son, Jose III, who had worked at VTA since 2012. Hernandez was 35 years old. His father describes him as a man with many friends, quick to lend a hand to those in need.
Always reaching out to provide help to others.
Paul is a wonderful dad and a good son.
42-year-old Paul McGee, also a victim of yesterday's shooting, is being remembered by his father, Leonard, as a great father and a great son.
This is the worst feeling that you could ever experience. And I'm not going to see my son anymore. And he's my son and also my best friend.
Two fathers remembering.
What I'm going to miss the most is I know I'm not going to hear the sound of his motorcycle or the sound of his cars when he was stopping by.
Two sons taken far too early.
I'm going to miss him.
In San Jose, Scott Budman, NBC Bay Area News.
So generous of them to talk to us in the midst of this horrific pain that they must be in. Now, in an hour from now, a little bit under that, lots of people are expected to gather for that vigil for their victims. Today, their co-workers came forward sharing more about the people that they worked alongside, the people taken from them so tragically. NBC Bay Area's Robert Handa joins us from the plaza at San Jose City Hall, where they will be paying tribute to the 9 workers killed and offer support for friends and family. And we saw a little bit of that earlier, Robert, and to see their union hats laid out there and their photos, it's just really difficult to see.
Just about everything is that reminds you of the victims. Now, Raj and Mayor Sam LICCARDO gave us a good overview of what's going to happen here at the San Jose City Hall Vigil, but the tributes and the public mourning, especially by those who knew the victims, started earlier today. A morning gathering at the Santa Clara Valley VTA headquarters in San Jose was billed as a news conference, but felt and sounded more like a memorial.
But today is about our employees and their families. It is about people.
The pictures and names of the 9 victims were posted. The 9th, Alex Fritsch, passing away at the hospital late last night. A tearful general manager, EVELYN TRAN, says she was with the victims' families at the Unification Center, waiting, hoping for their loved ones to return.
That did not happen for Adolfo, Adrian, Alex, Jose, Lars, Michael, Paul, Tabchadeep, and Timothy.
The victim's direct supervisor said he kept his composure about his work family until he got home and his own family rushed to him.
When they hugged me, they were happy that I was able to make home. But I was sad inside that some of my family members could not feel the warmth that I was able to feel yesterday.
San Jose Councilman Raul Perales lost a friend since childhood, Michael Rudamenkin.
I unfortunately get to know personally how these 9 families have felt.
You just expect that person to be coming home, right, and or pick up the phone, and it's just not going to happen. So it's tough.
Raul Perales says that his friend's family right now are just trying to surround themselves with love and support, which is what this 6 p.m. City Hall Vigil is also intended to do. Live in San Jose, Robert Handa, NBC Bay Area News.
Thank you, Robert.